Hi there, welcome back to Supercharge Fridays. 100 and I think 126 weeks of live streaming here on LinkedIn, Facebook, and hopefully on YouTube. So if you're watching me and if you can see that I am live, you know the drill. Come in and say hello. Is my camera crooked? No, it's fine. If you're watching me and everything is working as it should, it's been 2.5 years, and I still have to say this at the start of every live stream to make sure that technology and I are friends, and that technology and you are friends, that things are working. Give me a thumbs up. Say, hi, Sonal. Everything is working. Everything is working. Can you write those 3 words in the comments so that I know? I was getting some messages about error messages on LinkedIn, so I'm not quite sure. It's very unpredictable. And another thing, could you tell me, is I have this fan blasting on my face. Can you tell me if you can hear me properly, that the fan is not too loud, it's not interfering? Because then I'll have to switch it off and sweat it out a bit, but hopefully it'll be okay. So let me know if everything is working as it should. Good morning in, I think, the US. Michelle, how are you? And Surbi, everything is working. Thank you. LinkedIn user, identify yourself. Wonderful. Thank you, dear friends. Lovely. New friends and old. Thank you, Sunita. Appreciate it. All right. Good. So, how's the week been? Can you give me a summary? Tell me how the week has been. Give me a word. A word. One word. How was your week? It's just you and I hanging out. Just let's hang out. Get your drink. I got a little lemony drink. It's warm here in Brussels, which is why you got this fan on my face. The tech is our friend today. It's always good to know when the tech is our friend and when it's working as it should. You can't hear this fan blasting in my face. Thank you for letting me know. Lovely to see you folks. Good to have you here. Wonderful. Don't you love it when things work as they should? Bangalore is in the house. Ohio is in the house. Finland is in the house. 26 degrees. Bubbles in the fridge. Okay. I don't know. That's the closest thing to heaven, isn't it, Risto? Is that the closest thing to heaven? You can't hear the fan. Thank you to the noise cancellation fan. One word to describe the week. Ajay says gratitude. Great. Progress is good, Surbi. Progress is good. You're moving a little bit forwards. It's good, right? Aryan, why is it bad? Please share so we can help you. We're all hanging out. Please connect with each other. Say, hey, I saw you on Supercharge Fridays. You're interesting. Let's connect. No spammy messages, please. If we have one thing in common, that's me. Only good, kind people. That's my thing. No a-holes around. All right. Everything is working. Thank you, Martin. Fish. That's the way to describe the week. Fish. The exhausting, the bad. Okay. You can't see my face. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. I don't know why that's happening, because it seems like it's working for the others. I hope. Good morning, everyone. The week was slow. All right. Week was profound. I'm loving these answers. So thank you for sharing. Week was good. Good is such a safe answer. Friends. Meh. Yeah. Meh. I get you, G. I get you. I totally get that. Lots of learning. But that's cheating, Karishma. I like the answer, but that's not a word. Occupied. The one who answered bad, let us know what we can do to help. Shubham says, hey, I followed the negotiation technique and I didn't end up getting the opportunity. Why do HRs drop the application if we do negotiation? I'm so sorry, Shubham, that it happened to you. Okay, we're getting right into it. Let's get into it. This is a question that came from YouTube as well. Sorry, on Instagram, she reached out. They rescinded the offer when I tried to negotiate. Why? She's really hurt. And I think she was to some extent blaming me as well. Listen, guys, I have to give you the full disclaimer. The technique only goes so far. It has worked thousands, millions of times. That video of mine has over 1 million views. However, there are two things that are to be kept in mind, like very, very, very carefully. The first is the culture of the place and the culture of the personality in front of you. Their subcultures, their values, their beliefs, and they're not always in alignment with you. That's number one. The second is one was the culture, and the second is your style, your own values. And if you do things that feel outside of your natural way of, natural style, it comes across and people smell it and they don't like it. So you got to use your magical ingredients and make it work. Having said that, there is a lot of data, and I know that the question came from a man, Shubham, but Shubham, there's data out there that unfortunately, one sec, something is wrong. Okay, it's working. Unfortunately, the data says that when women negotiate, they get penalized more. Is it good? No, it's not good. There's a lot of double standards and hypocrisy where women, when they are seen as taking control and showcasing their skills and being confident, sometimes it's taken the wrong way. However, Shubham, in your case as well, if they take the offer away because you tried to negotiate, please, I know this is hard to understand, but please, please, please take it as a blessing in disguise, because there is a very good chance that that place would not have been for you, and that maybe in 3 months or 6 months you would have had to look for something else because the place was not nice, people were not very nice, and they made your life a little miserable. And I'm not saying that like sour grapes, I'm not saying that. It tends to happen because in the interview scenario where a company is supposed to showcase their best, both the sides are showing their best to each other, and if they're showing you their worst, can you imagine what it's going to be like later? That would be my view. I know that it's not easy to digest this, particularly if you need a job and you're running out of savings. I get that. But anybody else feels anything else to add, feel free to share. Yeah. So let me know if there are other questions, because I'm happy that you asked and I'm so sorry that it happened. But one thing I can do to help you out a little bit, Shubham, is that you check out online. I have some free resources and I have a paid resource. This one is if you go to the website, if you go to my website, you'll see the negotiation guide. But I also have a script, and I took weeks to make this. This is a script of the most common objections during negotiation. We can't afford you, we don't have the budget, or anything like that. And how do you apply your own style, and what are certain words that you use that are more powerful and they result in a better, something good coming out of it? Check this out. It's on my website. That price is not going to stay that way forever. So I'm just saying, it's there, it's a little ebook, and I've made it for this. So take advantage of it so that it helps you out. Superchargeyourself.com/negotiation script. Okay. And I'm going to try and answer as many questions as possible. I'm going to be live for something like a half an hour. So unfortunately, if I see the same question twice, or sorry, the same person asking 2 to 3 different questions, you'll have to wait it out, because I want to make sure that everyone can see. All right. Good to see that everything is working. Hey, Shireen, I'm sorry that you're a bit lost. How can we help? How can we help? Come in and share. Okay. Salim says, hey, 2 things. How do you come out of job trauma? How do you find a job abroad? How do you find a job abroad, Salim? That one I can answer, because I've answered this so many times. So many times. Check out a live stream that I did back in November with Tina Jarve Pereira. Just check it out. Go to my YouTube, and it's a live stream that I did back in November. And the topic was, how do you attract recruiters who are not in the same country? Because they are the ones who will end up, calling you for interviews. So check that out. And how do you get over job trauma? Not an easy thing, Celine, but it's just, the answer is very boring, and it's little by little. It's day by day. And one of the words I saw was progress. So do whatever you can. You can make the plan. The plan can go to, SHIT, but have an in your mind that I'm going to do little things, and I'm going to do them every day or every week or every month. And if you want, have a friend follow your journey with you. Maybe the friend is going through something similar, right? Have an accountability buddy. That helped me as well. And be very careful who you surround yourself with. As Jim Rohn said, you are the result of 5 people you hang out with the most. The good news about that is it doesn't have to be people in the physical world. It can also be people online. Who are you following online? You're seeing Instagram, wasting time scrolling, seeing some rubbish nonsense, or is it people who are motivating, inspiring, who are getting you to take action? I am not being arrogant when I say that I think my YouTube channel is more of the latter. because I want to make you people, I not you people, I want to make people think for themselves, because I have been through job trauma multiple times and I know what it's like very well. I've been laid off 3 times. I talk about it very openly on social media, but it's a journey to talk about it openly on social media. You don't just say, I'm over it. It's taken me years of hard work. I wish I could tell you that it just finishes like that. But do little things. How many coffee chats this week? How many people did I reach out to? Right? And if you don't know how to write emails, etc., I have another very cool product that I think you might find interesting, and that's an email guide. How do you write to people saying, can you give me a referral? How do I, I want to ask this person so I can get an opportunity for an informational interview? How do I ask? All of it is there. Superchargeyourself.com/email guide. It's there. So I'm not going to be getting into it and repeating it because it's meant for this, right? So good luck to you. And I hope things look up. They will. They will. All right. I'm falling a little bit behind, so I'm going to try and rush a little bit. I'm sorry. I have a fly in this room and it's driving me crazy. Apologize. I apologize. Tell me something about negotiation after getting another offer. Is it risky? 1 week of notice period is remaining. You want to get another offer. Well, what do you think? I mean, don't ask me to give you an answer and then feel better about yourself. What do you think? If you were the boss of that company that made you an offer and you decide to change, do you think they'll like it? No. But, if something like this happened with the company side, would they drop the offer if something happened? Yes, they would. It's happening in the world. In the US, people have been seeing left, right, and center offers being rescinded because of something happening in the company, bad financial year or bad quarter results. You got to do what's best for you. Okay. Having said that, please don't be naive and better be clear that the company might end up blacklisting you. Can you live with yourself? If yes, do what feels right to you. Okay. And by the way, in that email guide that I have, no, I'm sorry. In the negotiation script I have that scenario where you have 2 offers and how do you make the first one wait a little bit so you can get a bit more time, because you got to see what's right, but don't only look at money, because that's very short term focused. Trust me, it's not going to solve everything. All right. Good luck to you. Hey, Zamir, recruiters ghosted after a promise. No show. Yeah, that's really annoying. I'm so sorry that happened. You can follow up 3 times and after that, just forget it. Forget it. Hey, Bilyana, good to see you, my friend. Shubham, I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to put a star on your question so I don't forget. Thank you for sharing your insights. So if you're watching, for example, on YouTube, make sure you check out the comments later on LinkedIn, because there's advice from others who are, in similar situations. Hey, Anurag, how are you? Guiding forces. Absolutely. Hey, Martin. So week was hectic. Good. Sometimes hectic is good, sometimes hectic is not good, right? Let me know if you have a question. Okay, the question is, I initiated my promotion with the line manager. He's not on good terms with his manager, which is making my situation kind of stuck. So it might help you to make friends with his boss. You should always have that stakeholder type of relationship close to you, where your boss and your boss's boss think well of you. And this is not something you do once, it's something you do over time. That boss should be very familiar with your work, even though you're 2 levels below. Right? That would be something that I would recommend. I know that it's a quick answer, but in a live 30-minute live, I think that's the best I can do. So never too late to start. Deepankar, not quite sure I understand the question. Why is referral becoming a trend? It's not a trend. I don't think so. I started working in the year 2000, and referrals were a very common way of hiring in GE Capital. People would get a financial reward for referring someone, and I'm pretty sure referrals have been going on for a while. I don't think it's trendy, and I think it's a good thing. It helps companies a lot. Karishma says, how do you work around if you want to get going and do a lot of things and you seem stuck? I hear you. Karishma, just think of one thing. One thing. What is the one thing you want to get done? If you had to name it, look at yourself in the mirror, put your hand on your heart. What is one thing that you really want to see get done? Okay. Write that down somewhere and go inside that and say, what is the one thing I can do today to get that thing done? That's it. When we are overwhelmed, focus on the power of one. That would be my advice. All right. About negotiation, I tried negotiating a recent offer. Congrats. Hey, but they refused and neither did I budge. However, I realized during the interview process, they never asked me for salary expectations. I had to force them, and work hours, mode of work, nothing was stated. And it just gave me a very bad vibe. Yeah, I'm not sure, Rujro, if this is a really nice, I'm not sure it's a good sign from the company where they don't treat you as a person, but they treat you as a number, like a transaction. Not listen, I know you're thinking life is a little difficult and it's not for the right opportunity. The right opportunity finds you, but you got to make your little efforts and you got to do them every day. But companies that try to shortchange you and recruiters that are money minded and short term focused, trust me, that's not a culture that you really want to be a part of. All right. Hey, Sunita, how do you use an existing offer for a second one? Good. So, Sunita, I talk about this in the negotiation script. Check it out on my website, superchargeyourself.com/negotiation script. It's one of the 22 scenarios that I have listed. And basically, what you do is you say it in very polite language. I need to make an, sensible decision. But you don't want to come across as greedy. You don't want to come across as money minded, and you don't want to come across as someone who's looking at bargaining and using it as a, many people use it, right? They are basically not interested in the company, but they're waiting for the offer so they can use that offer and calculate a higher return with the other offer. I don't like that practice. I think that doesn't make you look good, and you're shooting yourself in the foot long term. And companies don't forget these things. There is a nice way to do it, and there's a ugh, yuck way to do it. So watch out for that one. Good luck to you. Hey Ajay, I want to transition to data analyst. I'm data analyst or product manager, whatever it is. I want to work on my soft skills. Okay. Check out Ajay, the most, if you go to the World Economic Forum, just Google World Economic Forum top skills for 2020 or 2025. You'll see a big bunch of them. Persuasion, communication, see all of that and work and go through them one by one, read books, see videos on YouTube. You'll get there. But nothing like practicing a little bit every day with your boss, asking for good feedback, speaking with your colleagues. Hey, how did that presentation go? Did you like it? What could I improve for next time? Be open to that. And I think it should be really good. All right. Good luck to you. Hey, Johnson. Yay! Awesome. Congratulations. I really, I'm happy for you. Well done. It's helped thousands and millions. It really makes me happy. And G also says that down the road, the trauma can also result in laughable stories. 100%. 100%. When you have healed, it's much easier to talk about, right? So thank you, Jeff, for joining. Appreciate you being here. Najam says, hey, why do we see so much halo effect with interviewers? One thing and it sets them off. Halo effect tends to be a bit positive, right? So do you mean positive or do you mean negative? Could you clarify in the comments? Because halo effect is more like, oh, they like something, but they're humans, right? They're not robots. But good interviewers and trained interviewers tend to see the whole package and they don't just see that halo. Everyone's different, right? All right. All right. I'm going to go through it quickly. Hey, try not to repeat questions so that it doesn't, crowd up for the others. Hey, Anil, good evening. Shireen says, I had to take a break to take care of my mom because I lost my dad. I'm so sorry, Shireen. I'm so sorry. And I also had to work on my mental well being. It's going to be 2 years now. It's getting very difficult to get back because people are unfortunately not very accommodating if you have a career break. 13 years of HR experience, got lost in terms of how do I approach this? I hear you, Shireen. I hear you much better than, I completely understand. So Shireen, I have 2 videos on how to approach career pause in your resume and in your interviews. So watch them again and again and again, because I have people who tell me that, hey, this was something that I needed to digest second time, third time, because some things you absorb better. You can't change how people think, but for the right company and for the right recruiter, this will not be a problem because everyone has a family. Everyone has problems, everyone. And if they can't understand on a human level that your family life completely went upside down and you lost a parent and you had to take care of the other parent, you were a caregiver, it will not bother. In fact, there'll be empathy for you from the right company. So what I would do if I were you is I would describe it on the resume. I wouldn't show it as a gap because it can look like a red flag. Instead, you can say what you were doing during this time. Primary caregiver for mother during her illness or whatever. And maybe in this period of time you were doing courses, you were doing some volunteer work. Put that in there. What they want to know is, you've been busy or not, or have you been sitting around? You've not been sitting around, you've been doing the opposite, in fact, right? So that's what I would say. And just keep at it. It's gonna get better, I promise you. All right, good luck to you. Aki, hey, so I've served a 3-month notice period at my current organization, but I have an opportunity with a 100% hike, but hiring only candidates with 1 month's notice. I don't know. You have to negotiate with your manager. What can I say? It's the way it is. In Europe also, it's 13 weeks. It's a 3-month notice period. Many people negotiate. It comes down to how accommodating they are, and whether, see, it's not about like them being personal with you and like, we won't let you go, we're so angry with you. It's not about that. It's about what are the systems in place so that if Aki is not there tomorrow, things will still run, right? And the company will still make money and the team will still do the jobs and the tasks that they are expected to do. It comes down to that. You can always negotiate. You can always try it. What's the worst? They'll say no. It is what it is. Hey, Karishma, I'm going to come back to you because I think we had a question from you already. I'll go to someone else who's, asking for the first time. Oh, thank you. Hey, I'm so glad. Congratulations. Let me know if you got any increases. It helps the others, right? It makes us feel like it's possible. So do share details about it as well. I work as a postman and now I'm getting an offer from Google. Wow, congrats, I guess. Good for you. Is it compulsory to reveal the current salary? Not if they don't ask you. Some companies ask, right? If they ask you, then you share it. If they don't ask you, you don't have to share it. Hey, Divyesh, I'm scared to do lead code interview. How should I approach? I'm sorry, Divyesh, I don't follow what is lead code. Is it a technical interview? You got to practice and you got to prepare and you got to do it for a long time, hours and hours of preparation. There's no shortcut. Convert the fear, use that energy and prepare. Luck favors the prepared, and fear doesn't like preparation. Fear likes, and what is a fear? Fear is the opposite of confidence. So if you prepare, fear will quietly go down and confidence will quietly go up. All right. Hey, good morning, Kevin. How's it going in Texas? All right. Muzaffar says, help, help, help. Okay, we're here. Don't worry. I'm on my notice period and they're trying to retain me. They're not offering me the desired pay. They're trying to retain me. Should I settle for less and move to another company? Do what feels right to you, Muzaffar. I don't know. What is right for you? You want to stay or you want to go? Simple question. Do you want to stay or do you want to go? Like, they want to retain you, but they're not giving you the pay you want. And anyway, remember, you've already resigned and they're trying to retain you. For me, that's a red flag. Why didn't they try to do something before? Why are they counter offer? I don't get it. But there is no counter offer here. What is better for your future? Is it staying or is it moving? If you've accepted, then you know what you have to do. You've accepted. Good luck to you. Hey, Emily, should I apply for a leadership position after only being at a company for under 6 months? It can't hurt, right? I mean, your boss is going to see and he'll be like, oh, she's quite ambitious. What's wrong with that? I don't see a downside. It can't hurt you. Worst case, it'll be a no. So what? You can apply again. Good luck, Emily. Hey, I'm starting my career. Any advice? Yes. Gaurav, just be curious. Have an open mind. Learn as much as possible. That's all. Ask lots of questions. You're going to be amazing. Good luck to you. So happy to see like youngsters here. When we upload our CV on Naukri or LinkedIn on a regular basis, see, it doesn't really happen by magic, right, Satya? I mean, you also see like the right opportunities and apply as well. And you also try to go through the back door. And if you see you have a friend in this company or that company, make a call to that friend so they can, help with the HR department or the recruiter department so your CV goes on top. most recruiting departments and HR departments tend to be understaffed and overwhelmed. It is the reality. Companies don't necessarily think of investing in that particular area, in that function. So, what is the result of it? There's things like applications that don't get seen. So, you got to do whatever you can do to help them to see you. All right? Good luck. Hey, Peach, I'm unable to take initiatives for my career. It's difficult to do anything. Nobody wants to help me. I lost 4 years in preparing for government exams, but I wasn't able to get one. I'm feeling stuck. I hear you. I hear you. So, Peach, go back and watch the replay. I talked about this earlier. There was another question from someone similar. I was feeling very stuck. What do I do? Focus on one thing. I talk about it in a little bit more detail, so you'll see that if you're watching live. Oh, by the way, if you're watching on the replay, please put in hashtag replay so we know you're here. I know you're here, so I can say hello. Good luck to you, Peach. Peach. I'm guessing that's not your name. It's gonna be fine. Just, I think one of the biggest enemies we have is focus. When we get stuck because we are stuck. Do you know what I mean? When we see things moving, the momentum keeps us going, but the stuckness keeps us stuck. So what you want to do is you want to have small little results on a regular basis, and they will motivate you. All right, so I'm going to look at specific questions because I see comments here, but I'm not going to be able to help particularly in comments. Hot. It's very hot here as well, Kevin. Hey, Anil, how do you switch to sustainability, greed, and ESG after 30 plus years in engineering and manufacturing? Anil, that's a great question. ESG is so hot right now. Sustainability as a topic has been around for quite a while. I remember being in PwC in Chile, and sustainability was a brand new division we had. And this is 2006, right? So now it's even more hot than before. Now, what you want to do is you want to have a balance of two things, Anil. You want to have a balance of learning, massive student and learning mindset. Make a schedule in place that this time to this time, I'm going to be doing courses, whether it's in person or online. LinkedIn Learning has some amazing courses, but everywhere, check out courses, free, paid, whatever. You've got time right now. Okay. And the other thing you want to do is you want to hone in and you want to take advantage of your strengths. The fact that you've been in engineering and manufacturing, right? That is something that you have that many companies in engineering and manufacturing would want. And they are under a lot of pressure from the government, from the global community to have more ESG and sustainability and green energy in place. So, how can you take all of this learning that you're going to do on one side and speak with people in engineering and manufacturing? I would start there because it's a little bit like you're looking at a mountain right now and it's like, oh my God, I don't know what to do, so I'm just going to be stuck. Instead, take one thing which is familiar and take one thing which is unfamiliar and make the most of it. The thing that's unfamiliar is the subject matter expert. You can become an expert at it with more talk to people, have conversations with people in this space. You can't be living in your own little bubble. Trust me, I've been there. And not only is it lonely, but you can't check with other people on what they're up to. Do you know? Does that make sense? And then use the thing that is already familiar to you, that is familiar to you, and that is industry. And combine the two together, you're going to be good. Hey, Shivesh. Thank you for asking. Need some guidance. I answered this a little bit earlier on I'm starting a new position or I'm starting a new career. And the thing I mentioned as well, feel free to watch that in the replay because I answered that already. You'll get your answer, I promise you. Hey, Jeffin. Good. Excellent. You've been busy. And I know it was a difficult time, especially during COVID, especially for elderly parents. So you did the best you could. How do you prepare a resume for positive feedback? Dipankar, I'm so glad you asked. On Wednesday, I will be live at 2 p.m. Central European Time, 5:30 p.m. India, 8 a.m. Eastern in the US. And I'm going to be doing a live training, 30, 35, 40 minutes, no more. And I'm going to be sharing my favorite tips to help you with your career documents, which is your LinkedIn profile, your resume, and your cover letter. Join me. Any resume related questions, you're going to have to ask me there. And I'll answer everything that you ask. All right. Good luck. Hey, Jeffin, how do you title the career gap? I go into detail in my YouTube video about career pause, and you'll get your answer there. All right. Good luck with that. Negative effect of Halo. That's not really Halo then. There's no second chance. So, Najam, then it comes down to practice, right? Because maybe you don't know that you've got some negative thing that it's blind spot. So you want to practice with another human being, maybe with a coach, with a friend, someone who's neutral, someone whose opinion you respect. And maybe there's something that you're saying or doing inadvertently which is not, I don't know, which is not working, which is putting them off. So it's possible. Hey, Jennifer. Oh, awesome. My friend, Jennifer Brick, is in New York and she's just written a book. It is so exciting. I want to write a book. So when I see people talking about like their book publishing announcements, it is such a loving kick on the backside that I need. So check it out. Check out, follow her on LinkedIn. She's just been announcing it. It's just come out this week. The announcement. You can pre-order the book. There are a lot of bonuses if you pre-order the book. The book is all about like glowing and glow up your career and all of that, and it comes out in January 2023. Yeah, I wanted to just say that. Hey Jennifer, thanks for dropping in. Risto says if you're wondering on how to prepare for an interview. Okay, I've done 2 interviews with Brendan on interview prep. 2 conversations with him on interview prep. Brendan's amazing. Thank you, Risto. That's a really great suggestion. Hey, Peach, you're not watching replay. You're live with me right now. You're welcome. Rama says, hey, do you have any idea of how I can get an opportunity to work in my career as a legal consultant? No, I don't actually. It's a very specific question. Legal consultant. Check it out. Google it, I guess. It's a very specific thing you're asking. UAE has certain criteria, right? UAE, you need a work permit, etc., etc. Speak with companies that hire legal consultants. Just you'll get the answer directly from the horse's mouth. That's what I would do, Rama, if I were you. Okay, good luck. Hey, what is your topmost advice for young entrepreneurs who are young in the business field? I would say just continue to be humble and learn a lot, right? You see a lot of young entrepreneurs who are kind of like, I know everything, I don't need to know this. Their parents or their friends want to help them out and they're like that. So surround yourself with people who want to see you succeed and learn how to lead, learn about the product, learn about the market, learn about how to go to market, learn everything, the technical aspects, but also learn empathy, how to give feedback, how to negotiate, how to persuade, how to influence, how to convince, everything. Project management. There's a lot for if you're an entrepreneur and especially if you're leading the whole sort of company, right? Good luck. Hi there. Okay, awesome. Anil, never stop, right? Yes, exactly. Good morning, Kelly. How is it going? LinkedIn user, identify yourself so I can call you out by name. How do you think one should approach as a developer to understand and get close to the business to understand the value given by their work? Can you be a little bit more clear? I'm coming over a half an hour mark, so I'm going to have to end soon. Sorry. Can you simplify it and put it in simple language? And if you're a Hindi user, feel free to ask in Hindi as well. Oh, by the way, I wanted to ask, would you guys be interested if I do these live streams? Because right now I'm in front of the camera, I'm seeing your comments. But if I were to do LinkedIn audio on LinkedIn, so those who are watching on YouTube and Facebook, interesting, it's good for you to know. If I do LinkedIn audio, you can actually ask your question with a microphone and come on stage. Would that be interesting? Let me know. I'm thinking about doing that next Friday. So yes, please do ask, how do you get close to the business? I'm thinking this is your question, right? You want to showcase how the work you do is tied to the bottom line. That's it. What is important to the company? What are the 3 top goals of the company this year? How does your work as a developer contribute to that? I would say in simple language, this is what I would do. Hey Niharika, what advice would you give someone who wants to curate their career in multiple spaces? Operations, risk, tech, market analytics, product management. How does one pick one? I think Niharika, it's good to be multi-passionate. When you're starting out, see if you can do one and do it really well. And in the meantime, if you have opportunities to do project work in the other functions that you're interested in, be the one to put up your hand. Be the one to put up your hand when nobody wants to do the work. That is what I would recommend, as opposed to doing everything at the same time. because it's going to kind of not only leave you a little bit clueless and overwhelmed, but I think it could also negatively affect your personal brand, particularly if you're starting out, because people can't really. She an ops person, she marketing person, she's everywhere. Not necessarily a good thing in the beginning. That would be my feedback. Hey Varsha, good evening. I hope you're well. Bhavik says, I'm looking for an opportunity in investment banking. Yeah, check out my YouTube video, Bhavik, on I have an entire playlist on YouTube on how to find a job fast, and that includes career change, right? So you'll definitely get a lot out of it because it's a pretty loaded question. And the answer is not to do with investment banking per se. The answer is more sort of general and it applies to everyone. Varsha, I'm sorry. You can blame LinkedIn for that. It happens sometimes. It happens. Okay. Yeah, let's do LinkedIn audio. Yay. Okay. I might do that next Friday. Might be fun. And, talk to people, actually talk to people. Executive MBA, will it be helpful? Subir, if you want to do it, no education goes to waste. Having said that, if you do an expensive MBA or executive MBA, it's not only the cost, but it's also the opportunity cost if you're doing it full time, because you can't be working at the same time. So I've done a whole video on is an MBA right for me or not. So check that out on YouTube. I go into I've done almost like a PhD on this particular topic, and that applies to whether you're doing an MBA or an exec MBA, both equally. Lakshmi Narayan, hey Sonal, I'm working and I wanted to know if you can get rapport with different company recruiters. Always, always. It's a very good idea to start when you already have a job. Always look ahead. And if you want to know how to do that, check this resource, superchargeyourself.com/email guide. I've written exact scripts on how to approach a recruiter, how to approach a hiring manager, how to approach an executive recruiter, how do you approach an internal recruiter. Oh my gosh, I've gone into detail. Check this out. It's on sale on my website. And like I said, I'm not sure the prices are going to stay this way. Prices are probably going to go up. Good morning, Dan. Early morning. 5:37 in the morning. Okay, I'm going to finally come back to the two questions that I put on hold. Shubham, if you're still here, give me a hi or say hello so that I know you're here. I tried your negotiation technique. Yeah, okay, we already did this one. Fine. Karishma says, how do you ensure you don't brush off the wrong way with colleagues and bosses if you want to get our things done from them? It's not an easy one. That's not an easy one. I think it helps if you want to get people to do what you want them to do, then I think the baseline in terms of expectation setting, Karishma, it's good to be clear from the beginning. How you like to work, what is your personal style? Have a chat with people and ask them also how they like to work and their style, so that the scope for misunderstandings, potential arguments is less. So for example, hey, I prefer, for example, someone says I prefer emails, in the hours of 9 to 5. If you want something and it's urgent and you send it to me at 8 p.m., I'm not a very happy person the next day. It's a very logical thing. But a lot of people think, I've sent you an email, you should have responded by now. I sent it at 4 a.m. I have someone in Saudi Arabia, and she said it's very normal in the Middle East for people to sleep very late and wake up very early. So they don't really sleep much. That's what she was saying. So the email would be coming at 4 a.m. and at 9 a.m. they're asking her, why have you not answered? She was like, oh my God, like the expectations were totally different. And anyway, she ended up leaving. But my point is, if you have those expectations up front, sorted, the chances of you rubbing people off the wrong way is a lot less. So, yeah, audio is interactive. Exactly. All right. So hopefully this is helpful. Quick reminder, if you do not need help with your resume, LinkedIn, and cover letter, keep in mind, I'm going to be doing a live workshop. And if you don't need it, maybe your friend needs it. So share this with your friends. I'm not sure I'm going to be doing this one again this year. I don't think so. And I'm just putting finishing touches right now as we speak on my sort of presentation, and I'm super excited about it. Wednesday, 2 p.m. Central European Time. It's going to be 8 a.m. in on the East Coast. It's going to be 1 p.m. in London, 5:30 p.m. in India, and it's going to be 8 p.m. in Singapore. So, with that said, hopefully this has been helpful. I'm going to be live again next week. I think I'll do LinkedIn audio. And then on the 8th of January, which is 2 Fridays from now, it's going to be very interesting and it's going to be very weird. My travel would have started. So on the 8th of July, Friday, at the time of our, I don't want to miss it, right? Because I'm going like, what is it, 126 weeks. So I'm like, I don't want to miss it, but I'll be in an airport. I'll be at the Istanbul airport at the time of my live stream. So if you are by any chance in 2 Fridays from now at the Istanbul airport, come in and say hello. But I'm going to be having my phone and I'm going to be saying hi. It's going to be weird. Hopefully, people won't be staring. But thank you so much for being here. And I see a couple of other questions. Shared the link. Not sure which link you're talking about. Hopefully, you're talking about the this one on the Wednesday, 29th of June, superchargeyourself.com/documents. Hopefully that's going to help you. Okay. Last question. Kevin says, hey, I got promoted to a new position with higher responsibility, but the company is not increasing my salary. It's not really a promotion. Let me tell you that. Let me tell you, it's not a promotion. If they're making you do more work, which approach do I follow to get a salary increase? Okay. I talk about salaries and negotiations, all of that. So check that out on YouTube. I get into a lot of detail there, Kevin. But if you want more sort of detailed answer, check out the negotiation script I have on my website, because there I get into the kind of language based on the work that I have, based on the value that I have added. You got to use a little bit more sort of language that people will understand. So, all right. Thank you so much for being here. Hey, Nigel, take care. And might see you live, not see you. I might hear you live. So if you're watching on YouTube and Facebook, follow me on LinkedIn. I'm going to put in the LinkedIn audio link next Friday on 1st of July at the same time. And I'll see you then. Till then, hope to see you the coming Wednesday for the live masterclass. Till then, take care of yourselves. Have a good Friday and a good weekend.